Okay, bridging. Bridging is a good strategy, especially a good mental strategy. Now, what I've noticed is that it doesn't seem to suit everybody, which is fine. This is the way that Mr. O does it, and it's a strategy that you can use, but you don't have to. Okay, some people find that it helps and some people don't. So this is how it works. The idea with bridging is to bridge or jump or get to the nearest 10. Now in this case, 9 is very, very close to 10. Very close. So if I bridge to 10, I add an extra 1. And in my head, I would say, instead of 9 plus 8, I would say 10, because I'm bridging to the nearest 10. But what I have to remember, and I suppose it's a little bit like compensating, is that if I'm adding, or if I'm rounding up, in my head, I need to make sure that I'm taking 1 away. So some people, instead of saying 9 plus 8, they say 10 plus 7. Some people do. Instead of saying 9 plus 8, you could say 10 plus 7. So you add 1 to the 9, but you also take 1 away from the 8. Here is another example. Instead of saying 28 plus 13 and trying to add up another 11 or another 13 to 28, lots of people say 30 because they bridge to the nearest 10. Now, you can't say 30 plus 13 anymore. If I round it to 30, I must also take away 2 at the end. Let's have a look. 28 plus 13 equals 41, or 30 plus 11 equals 41. That one here, on this side, I think, this one, I think is easier to add. Let's have a look down here. 18 plus 7. Lots of people say, instead of saying 18 plus 7, some people will round that straight to 20, or bridge to 20. And instead of saying 18 plus 7, they can say 20 plus 5. What we find as a rule is that adding from a 10 is easier. So if you add on from 10, it's easier. If you add on from 30, or if you add on from 20, it makes things easier. So 20 plus 5 equals 25. 18 plus 7 equals 25. 20 plus 5 equals 25. All right. 17 plus 8. I would instead be saying 20 plus... Now have a think. How did I get from 17 to 20? I added 3. So I need to make sure that I subtract 3. Okay, I added 3, so I subtract 3. 17 plus 8 is the same as 20 plus 5. Some people like to have that in their head as a strategy. 27 plus 8. Some people would say 30 plus... What's it going to be? Guess. 5. 27 plus 3. 27 plus 3 equals 30, and 8 subtract 3 equals 5. 30 plus 5 is 35. Okay. Instead of saying 39 plus 15, lots of people will say, have a guess? "40 plus 14. 40 plus 14. 40 plus 14 equals 54. What's interesting here is that once you've got a question to this point, and I don't want to blow your minds here, but once you get to this point, you could actually split strategy this. So how does someone add 40 and 14? Well, I would add the ones first, and I would say 0 plus 4 equals 4. And I would say 4 tens plus 1 10 equals 5. So, as I said at the beginning of this video, really important that we're just looking to see which strategy suits which question. Some we would compensate, sometimes we can split, and sometimes we can bridge.